real talk, I'm a comedian, so I try to be funny, but this is the truth. I have never punched a woman in my life. And all of the people who know me, who've been watching this show 15 years, 16 years, whatever, you have an idea of who I am. Because there's a lot of people who have no idea who I am, so I can imagine them saying whatever with the information that's been put out there about me. I can imagine them saying, Cory is this, Cory is that, but I just want to put that out there because there's a lot of people who don't know me, and I want to be able to say that for myself, and I thank God I have a platform to say that for myself because I am going to talk about why this stuff is happening to me, how unfair it is for a conglomerate in media such as TMZ to launch this type of attack against a comedian with a YouTube page that I don't even get money like that for this page. But as I talked about before on my show with things that happened with me and somebody who I allegedly did something like punched, this has all been talked about on my show. And I am telling you, I did not lie about anything, and I believe the truth is about to be shown that I did not lie about anything. And I'm bold enough to say this. I have reached a point in my life of maturity where I don't really like to lie about nothing. I feel stupid after I lie.
Now, we did see the video that was released, and something happened. I want y'all to let me know, do y'all think Cory punched or did he mush her? He did something. You know, he's saying he didn't punch her. So do y'all think he mushed her or is he lying?
I feel like an idiot after I lie because I've been truly blessed to, somebody said to me, like a lot of guys been calling my phone, Cory, if you want to make it to your dreams and stuff like that, you got to do this. I'm like, I've already made it to my dreams. I could take care of I can send my mama money. I got a place to stay. I got people in my corner. What? I know people think you're supposed to have lavish things like $1 million cars and all like that. I'll take it if I get it, but I got to get it the way that is righteous. So I'm just saying, all you people who think I'm trying to make it to my dreams, I've made it to my dreams. That's why you're watching me right now. So listen, I have acquired help in my situation because my situation is crazy now. My reputation has been destroyed. I've never gone through anything like this. If you wanted to get me, let me tell you, you finally got me. Cory Holcomb, the human part of Cory Holcomb is starting to show itself. I want to apologize to the people in Hartford, Connecticut this weekend, my first show Saturday. They thought something was wrong with me. They thought one dude said, he on dope. Because I was trying to medicate myself with Bear aspirin. I had some ibuprofen. I had all kind of stuff in me because I couldn't really sleep because I'm watching what TMZ was doing to me. I really couldn't sleep. I caught the flight from LA to Hartford. Normally by then I collapse, but I couldn't really sleep. I just kept, because I'm watching everything that's happening to me. I'm like, yo, they saying what? Okay, so when I was on stage for the second show on Saturday, I apologize to my people in Hartford, and I appreciate the way y'all was clapping when my friends, Foolish and Maurice, came and grabbed me, because I was nodded off in the chair and threw up.
What?
Because I hadn't eaten anything, and I put that medicine on my stomach. I didn't have no appetite because I was watching what's being said about me all over the goddamn internet and everything. TMZ, I can't beat TMZ. If TMZ say it, most people gonna believe it. So I just want to let Sean Holly, who is in the dark trying to hide, I'm letting you know, I'm gonna bring you out. I know what you've done to me. It's really foul what you did to me. And I can prove it. I can prove it. I just can't talk about the case right now, but I can prove what you've done.
But I think, you know, Cory should have a little tougher skin than that. You know, he talks about people all the time, and I rock with Cory. You know, I rock with him. You know, I've been to a couple of his shows, but you can't act like because someone that has a bigger voice than you says something about you that you couldn't function and you couldn't eat, man. It's a part of the game, man. You know, you talk about people that you got a bigger voice than, and they might feel like you crushing their world. They still got to continue to go on. Man, it's a part of the game for people to talk about you if you in that space, bro. So you got to tighten up with that. You got to relax. You can't, you know, it's like you doing the same thing Anton did. Now, it's like you doing the same thing Anton did. Come on, man.
Under me with your friend Harvey Levin at TMZ. I can prove it. And I have a brother who I've acquired, a lawyer that I'm so grateful for. He's helped me in the past. And this dude, I just want to let y'all know, man, I don't get emotional about nothing, but I ain't never been under attack like this. Like, we sit up here, we go at it, we have problems with people, but I've never had a conglomerate after me. When I got off my flight that was delayed, it took me 9.5 hours to get from Detroit to LA because of the snow and everything. It was a man taking pictures of me, asking me about a gun, because I think that's they play. They want to try to act like I pulled a gun out when it was so many people out there that night. Nobody's going to say Cory had a gun. It's just not going to happen. But I think that's the play they trying to do. But I'm carrying on. I want to bring on my brother Derek, who is a lifesaver. After I acquired him, I was able to get some sleep, brother. You don't even know. I've been like, I can't believe this is happening. I cut on every news station and I'm like, yo, they trying to make me into a woman beater, which is what they do. Especially this lady named Sean Holly. I know Tory Lanez is watching this, jumping up and down because she got a chance to do some really dirty things to my brother. But I have a different circumstance where I have evidence against this woman that I can't wait is weighed up with the help of my brother Derek right here. Derek, can you hear us? He's on Zoom. I can hear.
Turn him up. That you have, that
Thank
you
you,
will
brother.
keep, and that you will maintain. So I just
Thank
want to
you,
let
brother.
you know that first, okay? You know, I've known Mr. Holcomb for some time now, and I mean, he is just not just a lifesaver. He said, I'm a lifesaver. He's a lifesaver for me because he's such a great guy, client, and friend. And he called me, I literally was knocked out, and he called me in disarray about these false allegations that have been made against him. And his team today sent my office the entire client file. And I'm not going to get into any type of attorney-client privilege or attorney work product. But what I do know is that he may have a possible case for defamation against TMZ and others because, you know, from what I've seen, what they're saying about him is absolutely false. They're not telling both sides of the story, and it's a false, reckless disregard for the truth. And, you know, when you're out here buying news and reporting news, because that's what TMZ does, they buy news, some of this news is going to be fake. And what makes news fake is where you don't go and research both sides of the story. There are public records that are on file that my client, Mr. Cory Holcomb, has a restraining order against this young lady. That was not reported, and that's a public record, and TMZ could have just pulled that up. So it's clear that there's much more to this story, and we'll get into it, and we'll discuss a possible case. But I mean, this is clear defamation. It's false. It's a reckless disregard for the truth. And people need to be held accountable for it, because Cory, like he just said, he had to almost cancel a show. How many more shows will be canceled? Will he be labeled a woman beater, et cetera, et cetera? Do we know what this young lady did to him? We're not condoning anybody hitting a woman. A man shouldn't be hit either. Nobody should be attacked. But one thing that everybody should receive is fair and impartial news reporting. And that's all that we ask for, versus spewing lies and false rhetoric.
Hey, so why do you think Titan in news would report things like they did against me? I feel like I know, but I'm saying, by you being a person who works in law and knowing this is crazy for them to do that, like, with the evidence that we've presented to you, have you ever seen anything like this before?
I've never seen anything like this. It's, what I saw in the file, everything is a public record. There were transcripts taken in court, I think in 2024, if I'm not mistaken, of everything that occurred during the night and incident. So all they had to do was just go and check out the transcripts or look through the clerk's record and looked at everything that was filed and saw that this was just one big misunderstanding. It's not what they're making it out to be, right? But the average person that's just out here in the world or in America, they're not going to think to go, let me go and pull the court records. Let me go and see if there are any court records there. We're just dealing with, the every average day, citizen. But, I've never seen anything like it in my professional career, which has been 15 years. But, what I will say is that I'm pretty sure this is something that's running rampant, and it needs to stop, because lives are affected. Your life is affected. You have a family, something like this could ruin your career, right? And they're not worried. I honestly think that TMZ did this to get clicks, likes, comments, follows, subscriptions. I mean, it's all monetary. If they're buying news, they need to make the money back for the money that they spent to buy the news, right? So it's for attention, like you said. I mean, the entire world may be talking about this, right? Which is going to make them money. You're not making money from it. They are. And I think it's monetarily based. And it may be some type of, underlying animosity or bias from out of their office. We don't know. That's something we can possibly discover or find out.
I wish that I could talk about more with this case out loud, but I am going to obey what the judge told me. And she was very clear when she said, don't mention things about this case because of what was placed upon me, not to talk about it, and what was placed upon two other parties where we're not supposed to be talking about this because, I'm gonna be bold enough to say this. When I found out that I had a case against me, it was because, I call it God, but a person who is a lawyer called me 4 or 5 days before the second hearing was to be held and said, do you know that there is a case against you? And I said, no. You know what I'm saying? She was like, this is the second hearing and someone has said you pulled out a gun. So it was, I went into court under the heat, and when I went to the courthouse, you could not find where the case was being held. The only reason I was able to find out where the case was being held is because I'm Cory Holcomb, and somebody say, "What's up?" And I was like, "Hey, man, I can't find it. It's not on the board." They tried to hide this from me. And this is what I tried to explain, but when I'm explaining it myself, it's not as effective as if somebody like you are explaining it. You get what I'm saying? So from the very beginning.
If the judge told him, don't talk about the case, I think he's saying too much right here. Don't talk about the case. Like, and I know sometimes people want to justify to the, people about certain things, but you were told not to talk about the case. That should be something you should be mindful of, so you don't damage anything for yourself. You might want to feed the people information so that, it can ease you, but you better understand the judge gave you an order. Don't talk about the case.
Like when somebody say they served you, that was forged. So I'm so glad you aboard. So now we can sweep through everything that happened and we can find out why I wasn't the only one who was reprimanded, because that's not what's being said. The narrative that's being said is that like the guy who walked up to me at the airport. So she said you had a gun. And I'm like, I see what they trying to do, because from what I understand, that might be a way to get things brought back up in another way. So I don't know, Derek, do you know can you give me any information on what I may be up against? Because I believe this woman named Sean Holly, which I'm going to talk about during this show, I believe she is behind it all. I do, because she was brought out in the courtroom because somebody made a mistake and pretended like Sean Holly was their lawyer. And the judge called her. And when you hear this phone call, Miss Sean Holly is going to have a lot of explaining to do, because I have proof of things she's done since she talked to the judge. And Sean Holly lied to the judge. I can prove it. If I couldn't prove it, I would be in hot water right now, right?
You would.
I would be in hot water. I can prove this crooked attorney lied to the judge. Real talk. So that's what I'm up against out here in California with people. I get it. My voice is irritating to some people. But I've irritated some 1,000-pound gorillas out here, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just trying to, I'm glad you're aboard to help guide me from here on out what to do, man. And before I took you on, I've read about all the things you've done to help people, man. Because, I have the lady, Sean Holly, talking about how she does this thing for a monetary gain, and the clients are not the priority. But there's proof that you do things to help people, man. And how I found you, only God can explain it. This is what I'm saying. How I found you, because it's not easy to find a lawyer that's really going to help you. It's not. Most of the time, you find a lawyer that's going to tax you. You know what I'm saying? So I've read how you have helped people, brother. You've done some amazing things to help people.
Thank you.
And I'm telling you, man, I'm honored to know you. I'm honored to have you helping me, man. I'm just getting the people if people, can you say your full name so everybody know? Because I want people to know you.
Right. Derek Deyon, DEREKDEYON. Instagram is DEREK.DEYON. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, it's real, man. I hate when people act like I'm a liar and things like that. Anybody can lie. And if somebody say they ain't never lied, they lie. But I've graduated. I consider myself an elder in society. And though I may have weird ways of going about it, I'm not lying to you. I'm not trying to be slick to you with nobody. And I feel like we'll get to the bottom of this because to know my reputation was ruined that way in front of the world. Like I said, since I took you on, I sleep a little better. But yo, I couldn't believe how they took this situation and turned it into that. No judge would grant me protection unless they saw I needed protection.
That's right. That's right.
And it was a female judge.
That's right.
I'm just saying for people who don't know all of the things. I hope I'm not talking about the case too much. Am I doing too much? Please,
I mean, the restraining order is public record. Just don't get into the facts of the case. So.
Okay, I won't. I know I can't. And a lot of people might not understand that, but I literally can't talk about what happened with everything that's going on with me right now. I need to have this all sorted out. So within weeks or maybe a month, I believe that you're going to see other things where proof that I was attacked by people. I can't say everybody, but I will say I was attacked by Sean Holly. I was attacked by TMZ. When I saw them two little boys up there trying to lead people on with questions, I was like, look at this. I was attacked. And yo, I believe I can still do my comedy and build myself back up, but it's not gonna be easy, man, because the label of a woman beater is out there on Cory Holcomb now. Brother Jerry has been thrown under the bus even after he picked a side and stood on it. Brother, can you elaborate a little bit on what happened to you, man? Like, I ain't trying to put you on the spot to do nothing you don't want to do. There's no
this
press
all
on
me,
you,
man. This
but I'm
all
glad
me.
you here saying this because there's a narrative being put on TMZ like there's an angel being destroyed, and that's just not what's happening.
Yeah, no, it's what happened was to me was that after everything took place, like I said, it was going on out front for so long, and I'm trying to tell tell Shorty, hey, cut it out. Motherfucker don't want to listen. Nah. And then the homie, he say, hey, cut it out. Motherfucker don't want to listen.
I have to say this. The homie is her guy.
Yeah, her dude. Yeah, my boy.
Guy. Wasn't he trying to grab her?
He was trying to grab her. I was trying to grab her. She wouldn't listen. She wasn't fucking with it. She wasn't going for it. So then I'm like, look, I don't get down like this. This ain't how I rock. We're not finna be out here screaming and nothing. I'm saying, like, you too turned for what this is. This ain't even about that. We have fun. Next thing I know, she screamed on me. She said, do you live out here? I said, nah. She stumped again. Well, let me do me. Let you do you. So I'm like, well, what is doing you? Because you got us looking bad out here. You know what I'm saying? I got to go back to the soil. So I'm like, man, we don't rock like that. So next thing you know, after everything transpired, after she do that, I walk over, get in a little group with the rest, with Cam and all of them. Next thing I know, I just commotion. Oh, shit. Look around. I'm like, oh, shit. And I hear, that's what I wanted you to do. Yeah, that's what I wanted you. Yeah, you did. I said, ooh. I'm like, nigga, I've been bamboozled. I've been had.
What the brother is saying is, I'm telling you, after everything went like it went, it was rubbed in as if I got you. That's what I wanted. Yeah. This on everything, homie. I swear, I won't lie. Yeah. I wouldn't put this man up here and try to talk him into lying because me and him, we was at each other in Oakland. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad because I understand the position you in. You're in the motherfucking streets. Yeah. And I would never play with you in front of the streets because the streets watch this show.
100. This is all street people. And then, but like I said,
anything you don't want to answer, don't answer. Because I just want to ask you this. You was with certain people at the everything went down.
Yeah.
Man, look, I know you weren't lying because somebody else told me this. Motherfucker was looking to start a campaign to motherfucking bring me down. So I said this on my show, and I'm telling you, you ain't the only one told me this.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say the other guy because he a guy who I know.
Yeah.
I like him, and he crazy than a motherfucker, my nigga.
Yeah.
He told me this too. Oh, them people got on the phone with some people.
Yeah.
And them people actually took them people's side and really started all this.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak on that? You ain't got to.
I won't say the name, but yeah, they was like cooking. And then old girl hit up somebody and was like, who? There you go. There go a lawyer for you. This motherfucker keep calling. So like
I said who. I said he ain't got to say the name. I said who it was on my show when I was able to speak before.
Yeah. So
I said that's why I'm saying you ain't got to say it. But long as you was there, you saw
I was
it.
there. And then when I got dragged into it even more, like I said, I understand that if somebody trying to take you down, whoever rock with them, it's fuck all y'all. I understand that totally. That's how I got through it. But it got even worse when after the court situation. Like I'm a solid motherfucker. If I got you, if I rock with you, I'm rocking with you. So I'm like, I got your back. They talking about some court shit. I'm like, well, I don't kind of do the court shit. You feel me? So I said, well, I'm gonna keep it straight with the G code, and I'm gonna still support you. I'm gonna still be there for you.
I was mad that happened, but I will say this: I saw you when you were speaking.
Yeah.
You kept it just like you keeping it now.
Yeah.
You ain't putting names out there like that, and I ain't asking you to put no names out there like that, because I understand what it really is.
Yeah.
I understand that you coming here is bold anyway, but
for sure.
I will say this. Why the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Your Honor, you dig, was motherfucking trying to see what the homie was talking about right here. You could tell what happened. I can't, because you see what I'm saying? I can't give details of that.
So
I hope you'll tell that.
So they asking me questions. She like, did you see Cory do this? I said no. Which if you see me on the video, I ain't see a goddamn thing. I ain't see shit. So they asking more questions. I'm like, no, I don't know nothing like that. So during the time, you hear the judge saying, hey, who you texting? Who you texting? Who you texting? And so I'm looking at my phone and this text coming through talking about say this, say that. And I'm like, whoa, hold on, bro. We don't rock like that. You got me fucked up. Say this.
Come on, bro. What was she telling you
Telling me to say something about a pistol, man. I'm like, man, a pistol? I'm like, nigga. So what happened was apparently somebody put the rumor out and then they try to use me and say, oh, he was there because I stayed after the aftermath. I stayed the whole night. You know what I'm saying? I'm the first one on the block, last nigga to leave. I'm staying to see everything. So somebody said, oh, he seen it. So then start putting my name out there talking about I done seen a motherfucker with a heater. No, I ain't seen a motherfucking thing. And so next thing you know, that's when me and her got into a situation because I was like, yo, this is not cool. Like, what are you doing? Like, I understand you got an agenda, but don't include me in your shit, bro. Like, that's not cool. And then it got even worse.
Some people wanted you to do what they wanted you to do, and when you didn't do it, they fell out with you.
When I didn't do it, motherfucker got mad. And then, so that's what next thing I know, me trying to be there, being loyal to some people can put you in a fucked up position, right? Have you in a fucked up, I was loyal to the sister, you feel me? I knew it, but then it came to when this show came, and they was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he was right for, we chopped it. And he's like, yeah, man, motherfucker testified on me. So my homies is hitting me up like, hey, bro, this you? I'm like, Tommy T, 15 years. Yeah, nigga, that's me. Right? So next thing you know, I hit her up. I'm like, hey, let me get that docket, that court number. You feel me? So I could, get the paperwork. Cause that's how we move around here. Man, motherfucker gonna tell me, oh no, I mean, got big, like it was also fuck you shit, low key. Like, oh no, fuck that, no. You on the right side of God and Jesus and Peter and Paul. I'm like, fuck Paul. I need paperwork. What's going on? It's in the paperwork.
Because you wanted it to be seen what you did
I wanted
in front of the motherfucker.
Yeah, like, look,
we be around.
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
streets.
So I'm up in the bay, then I'm getting dragged down here. And so that's when I blocked on everything. I'm like, I can't fuck with you. I had your back. And then it even got worse because everybody see the video. They see the boy, boom, he, trying to protect this girl. It got worse because he don't even fuck with her. Feel me? He got a restraining order on her, the whole Nina. They thought if she tried to get one on him,
make sure, because I can talk about that. I just can't talk about my case.
Yeah.
So this girl that is saying Cory did what he did to her, right? Has multiple restraining orders against her, and she's trying to get this guy to say that somebody had a strap out there, if she's doing that, that's wild. Yeah. That's somebody that you definitely, you got to be aware of. I hope that, you know, it ain't go like that, but that would be wild for her to try to make it up and act like somebody had a strap and get somebody to verify, and, you know, everybody got a restraining order against her. Yeah, I mean, let me know what you think about that.